Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing my nails, as you can see, and we're doing Valentine's Day nails. We're starting from a fresh, I don't want to say a fresh base because my nails are a little haggard, a little dry at the moment. I did have my last set on for 8 weeks. They were grown out and they were very improperly balanced by the time they were ready to come off, so they were starting to remove themselves from my nails. Yeah, so my nails are in a bit of a rough state at the moment, but I unintentionally, I think I had nails off for like 2 weeks, and now we're getting back into it with this Valentine's Day set, which I'm so excited about. I love Valentine's Day nails so much. I love Halloween nails, I love Valentine's Day nails. I just think they're the best. I don't like any other holiday nails. I just like Valentine's Day and Halloween. So Valentine's Day nails are some of my favorite things to do. I love this time of year, kind of the end of Jan, early Feb. People are kind of, whether or not they're like actually going full on Valentine's Day, they are like hinting towards it in a lot of their manicures. And I'll just say this, I'm not obsessed with the holiday itself. I just love the imagery. I think it's so cute. I love like all different types. I love the kitschy, I love the vintage Valentines. I love it all. I love a red and pink color combo. I mean, pink's my favorite color, so you know. We've started off with prep. You watched me push back my cuticles. I used my little cuticle bit to get up under my skin there and lift that up in preparation for trimming. Prep is pretty easy when you're when you don't have any stuff on your nails, when there's no removal involved. So yeah, just going through, doing all that. If your prep sucks, your nails will suck. I'll just say it. So you gotta make sure you have the good prep. I am going over with a fine grit sanding band here on speed 1 on my e-file, and I'm just lightly touching my nail. You basically just want to etch up your nail. You want it to like kind of like white up like this. Chalk up, I guess, is a better phrase for that. White up. What does white up mean? Because that's how the base gel adheres. You don't want to overfile your nail, so preferably I like to leave a bit of gel on my nail from the last manicure before going in with a new manicure and just smoothing it out so it's super thin. I do this with my clients too because I don't want to touch my natural nail again and again and again because that's just going to thin it out. That's going to cause damage. Ideally, in an ideal situation, I'll have a little bit of gel behind, but today I do not. My nails are already so short, and actually one of the things that I was kind of doing in my little 2-week period where I had no nails on was filing my nails every single day. I mean, as you can see, I have really long nail beds, and they weren't always this long. With like proper care of my nails and with proper care of your nails, this could be a truth for you. You can grow out your natural nail bed. Lots of my clients have this happen to them, and it's kind of like shocking, but during that 2-week period, I was kind of filing my nails every single day because I wanted to shorten my nail bed just a little bit. They were so long that it was like, I don't know. I love the look of a really short nail too. So I was kind of just like encouraging my nail bed to recede a little bit, which some of you are gonna yell at me for, but you know, that's what I wanted to do. So we did a little base coat there. Once that's fully cured on my nails, then I'm going in with a little bit of a builder layer. Obviously, because my nails are super short, I don't need anything too thick or too crazy, but I wanted a little bit of strength because my nails were feeling a little weak. So I went in with a slip layer, and then I picked up a bead, not a huge one, walked it probably like halfway down the nail, and then kind of dragged it the rest of the way. Flip my hand upside down, let gravity do its thing, grab a liner brush, kind of move the product where I see fit, and then after each nail I cure because I want to lock that gel into place. I don't want it to go anywhere, and especially when you're working with thicker gel or like a builder overlay, you need to lock it in place because it will travel. It'll settle, it'll go places you didn't put it, so it's important to lock it in. And also flipping your hand upside down and letting gravity help out is huge. That'll help with your apex, and you definitely need a strong apex when you're working with some builder gel, or I mean a correctly placed apex. And then once all the nails are done, that's when we get into the painting. So I'm starting off with the red cat eye gel here. This is from the Red Wish collection, which I'm obsessed with. I'm demagnetizing it on first layer. Second layer, I will re-magnetize it. I have a whole video swatching that collection if you haven't checked it out already. It's up on my channel, one of the more recent videos. And then I'm just going around and I am painting various colors onto my nails. Today's set is actually a mood board Valentine's Day mani. If you haven't seen my video where I do mood board manis and kind of explain how I do them, I'll link that in the cards because I show you how I design them from start to finish. But so basically I'm taking images that I find online that aren't nail pictures and I am turning them into my nails. Today's set is a little bit less literal. I usually will try to go quite literal if I can, but some of the nails I use is just more of an inspo, or like I altered the design to fit the set a little bit more, but you'll see once we dive in. So for this first nail here, I'm actually just using a slightly different pink. It's a liner gel, which is why I'm using it. I just found it a lot easier to paint these fine lines onto my nail, but I will be covering those up down the line, so you will see. And I will have, as you can see on the right of the screen, I will have all the inspo popping up, so you can compare notes with what I'm painting on my nail versus what the inspo was. Just painting a little card here using this kind of cream color. And then you can see there, I'm diving back into that pinky, using that kind of like reddish color, and I'm painting over those lines that are already there. Just covering them up, just using them as more of a guideline. And again, just going in with a liner gel. Any of the like fine details I'm doing, or anything that's needs to be a little bit more precise, I'm using a D-gel liner gel. Those are the liner gels I have in my collection. I know we've talked about them in the past, where some of them don't cure properly, but I just generally, for me, that's just the orange color, so I avoid that. And then I'm just popping back in with some more of the magnet gel that we used as our base color, creating a little heart there. This nail is actually one of the more loose interpretations. I mean, it's the same idea, but I'm just kind of altering it to work for my nails. So I'm painting out a pink banner here. Instead of doing it all pink, I really wanted it to be a little bit more defined. So I took the color of the like cream, the girl crying in the background of the inspo, as my base color, and now I'm painting out a banner. And then I'm gonna shorten the phrase. Instead of crying in public places, it'll just be crying in public. Because spatially, you know, I am painting a nail. We only have so much room. So once everything's cured there, I'm using, again, a red liner and just doing some outlines. Well, not some outlines, I'm outlining all of the banner. I painted it out first in kind of in an outline, so I knew exactly how I would want it in sizing wise and stuff. So then that way I could just outline easily because I'd already know where everything was supposed to be. Adding a little bit of shading there with the red. Just like nothing serious. And then I'm gonna start filling in the letters. I know this is out of frame. This is just to show that I started on the opposite end. I always get really nervous that I'm spatially not gonna be able to fit whatever I'm writing, so I like starting with the last couple letters so I can kind of map out visually where everything should be, because I get panicky. Crying in public. Love it. I love writing something kind of weird on my thumb. I don't know why, it's become a new thing for me. And then jumping back over to that pinky, I lost some of the footage from this video. It's all very minor stuff, so I'll fill you in, but basically I did a clear layer over top of that pinky to fill in all the ridges. So in that way, when I was painting this star over top, it was a lot more seamless and easy to paint. Okay, now I'm stamping. Guys, I've just gotten the supplies for stamping. I'm just starting this, but I'm just stamping some lace here on this finger. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm using stamping polish, which is why I'm getting it all over my skin. Some people stamp with gel. It's a different process, so I see online. But you still want to avoid getting that on your skin. But with stamping polish, you don't have to worry. You're gonna watch me kind of outline my general painting of Angel here, and then I'm gonna go in after and kind of bulk out the letters a little bit, but I'll save you guys the boredom of watching that. We'll move on to the next finger, doing a little bit of like an outline border situation for this nail. This is, again, just one of those nails where I'm taking the general inspo but making it more suitable for this set. So I created this stencil for myself for this set. I blasted over it with white, and then I'm hitting it with red because I wanted the red to be super, super vibrant. So satisfying. And then filing around the edge, because that's what we do with airbrush before I coat it in. This is just a base coat. I believe it's the Cocoa's base coat. Just coating that in to lock in my airbrushing. And then once that's cured, I'm just wiping off the sticky layer, and then I'm going in, I'm drawing a couple glitter stars. Because why not? What's Valentine's without some glitter stars? They're very cute. I actually love this nail. It's probably one of my favorites. Once that's all cured, then I'm going to start top coating this hand, because that wraps up this hand. I don't know how, just stumbling over my words right now. That felt very fast. I mean, it is editing magic, but then we're gonna move on to the other hand. And I like to work in this way where I top coat the other hand so I don't have to worry about anything happening before I start on the next hand. So popping in with another airbrush stencil, I'm going over it in steel blue, and then I'm switching to sky blue, and I'm just hitting the bottom of that there, just for a subtle ombre before peeling that off. Then I'm going to, same thing as the index for the Cupid nail, I'm just hitting around the edge, and then love letters only. This is a custom stencil that I traced out, so to make it look a little bit sketchy like it does on that mailbox in the inspo, which is so cute. I love this one. I just think it's so fun. So I would have filed that nail, and now I'm just clear coating them in. I'm doing this one, I'll hit the one with the heart as well, just to lock in that airbrushing. We don't want anything going anywhere. And then once I've cured that, I'm gonna go in with that same kind of cream color that I've been using just to be consistent on this little brush, and I'm just gonna kind of stipple on some clouds. Just kind of messy, they don't have to be, I don't know, anything too serious. I find the best clouds always look a little bit chaotic. And then once I'm happy with that, I'll stick that into the light for a cure. And then I've grabbed my Gin Bee Ivy Fix in the tube, and I'm outlining the heart because I'm gonna add red crystals to be in place of the red flowers in the picture. I thought that was a good idea. Mind you, I'm doing everything right now with my non-dominant hand, so you know, things are about to get sketchier than they are. I am overlaying all those stones with gel to lock them in. Okay, I'm back to airbrushing because I tried to paint a perfect circle with my left hand, could not do it. So instead I airbrushed in white, and now I'm going over it with that same cream color I've been using and just kind of tracing it because I'm creating this bullseye. And honestly, painting with my left hand is hard, and I was tired by this time. And look at me, I'm painting fine lines and trying to paint circles. It was, this section of the manicure really was testing me. But yeah, I'm doing a little checkerboard stitch here. Super cute, just using a super dark burgundy color. This is the one I got as a free gift from Sweetie Nail Supply. It was a D-gel burgundy, and I love it so much, but there was no sticker on it, so I actually have no idea what the color is. Just doing my little center on my bullseye. Also for my bullseye, it's gonna be slightly modified because, again, fine details, painting with my left hand, small nail. I mean, my thumbs aren't small, but they're smaller than an actual bullseye, so. Painting out these little hearts. And then I'm using my red liner. I was originally hoping to use that same reddish color that I painted the base color of this nail, but to be honest, it was too runny and I couldn't get a fine enough line with it, so I gave up and I switched to this red, which honestly the contrast doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. None of these lines are gonna be very good, just a heads up. We tried, okay? Doing a little heart there in the center. Love a dotting tool heart. It honestly is the fastest way to get a heart on your nail. And then doing these little puncture holes. First I'm just dotting them with the dotting tool where I want them, and then I'm gonna grab a little brush and honestly just like do little flicks off of them so they look a lot less perfect. And that just makes it look more authentic. And then I lost this footage before, but I coated my nail in a non-wipe. I also top coated all my other nails. So I can apply the silver to this pinky here. And then originally I was gonna do silver on silver, but to be honest, I was just lacking the motivation of having to do kind of like raised text. So instead I just wrote it in red, and then my camera died. And that leaves us here at the final product. These gorgeous nails I'm so obsessed with. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you like this set, if you'll be doing Valentine's Day nails on yourself, and I will catch you in the next video.